30 years, it's an instrument that young people are taking the space. They really, really are setting the agenda. And for me, this is where Femnet comes in, to be able to provide that space, to facilitate that space, but also working as a collective with different partners and also different constituencies. And for me, that gives hope.
Young women have to be in their shoes and deliver for gender equality, women's rights, and women's empowerment.
Now we want the youth to lead. We want the youth to be the ones who are embracing the Beijing, to know about the Beijing Declaration. And for me, I see so much hope.
It's real crucial that youth are included in these discussions, as we have unique insights.
We require and we ask gently a meaningful engagement of government, of regional economic communities, of the African Union and their partners to develop strategies, policies, or if they exist, to implement them effectively.
Also wants mental health to be properly addressed, because we all understand how expensive it is to acquire mental health services.
I've been persuaded, I've been empowered, I've been inspired to take part in the fight for gender equality, and I can simply say I am well engaged.
There's only one woman who has served as the chair of the Commission of the African Union. Today the room is full of the chairs of the Commission of the African Union.
Beijing kwanza ilikuwa ni mkutano uliounganisha dunia nzima. Tulisisitiza nafasi ya mwanamke kama binadamu.
Oui, la leçon, la grande leçon que je voudrais que vous, les jeunes générations, vous appreniez, c'est d'avoir confiance en vous.
When we remember Beijing 30 years ago, we say Beijing plus 30 will be good start for you youngsters.
As girls and young women, those with disabilities and those without disabilities, we should just continue in the same spirit of solidarity, unity, mentorship, and empowering others.
And we are saying there is nothing for women without women. There is nothing for young women without the young women.
C'est pourquoi alors aujourd'hui, je pourrais inviter les jeunes à participer, surtout les jeunes femmes, à suivre les mouvements qui donnent un espace pour l'impact, pour justement plaider dans l'égalité de genre, dans l'égalité de sexe.
I'm so happy and glad to be here today, to be part of this group of feminists coming from different African continents.
As we march towards Beijing 30, how can we end conflict and promote gender justice, women's rights, and accountability for crimes committed against women and girls?
When we talk about intergenerational, when we talk about intersectionality, we have to be intentional about it.
Disability has never been a fatality if the appropriate measures and policy decisions are taken into account. We need reasonable accommodation, reasonable policies, and reasonable services, where each and every one has fair and equal access to life and fair and equal access to independent living.
Today we're here as young people to be consulted, to be seeked of our knowledge, and to share what we think we should put in place in advancing gender equality in Africa and in the world at large.
We have people living with disabilities. We must make sure that young people in all the different contexts, in all the different diversities, are at the table and meaningfully involved.
Y la verdad que mi visión para mi país es seguir realizando espacios como este, donde las mujeres guineanas podamos compartir lo que sabemos, podamos integrar a otras, podamos mirar hacia el pasado y también hacia el futuro.
It's important that we don't throw away strategies and methods that have worked in the past. You know, going to meet decision makers at their table and having these conversations with them.
I'm a product of mentorship, and mentorship means roots, culture, entrenched teachings, liberation, leadership for a young woman right from an adolescent age.
as Femnet, one of the things we are really looking into is deepening our work, ensuring that young women and girls are actually at the forefront of our programming. When we look at Beijing Plus 30, we are actually letting them lead in their different ways. They're able to actually influence maybe at a faster rate than some of the traditional issues, ways that we have.